Uh, the sign of a good V-Trigger 2, well, one of the signs, I should say, there are exceptions, but the sign of a good V-Trigger 2 is that you can instantly use it. Like, it expends the whole bar immediately. That gives you a better chance of having two of them appear in one match. Even though, like, Juri's V-Trigger 1, for example, it's only two bars, you're not likely to see it twice unless the Juri really spends it all in one go early on.
Right.
But yeah, we see that V-Trigger 2, not fully converted just yet. Still working on the applications.
Unusual. Errant little buffer into the Hazanto there. Not big punish, though, so Psychotic Chaos is going to walk away. Oh, and here we go. Crush counter to start things off. Yeah, I gotta say,
using these buttons.
Going back to the V-Trigger discussion there, V-Trigger 2 has been shown very recently on Twitter and other places to have some very gaping holes in the tech, if your opponent happens to know them. Backdashes and all those kind of options. Oh my goodness. Look at these options,
this
though.
offense. That being said, this is not atypical for Juri players. If your opponent does not have anything to whiff punish or properly counter poke, which is incredibly hard. A lot of Juri's normals are considered sword normals. Their hitbox extends outside of the hurtbox range. So that offense can be deadly for a character such as Ed, who admittedly does have those stubby normals.
Yeah, definitely seeing a little bit of that come into play here. Oh, there was the counter hit conversion that we're looking for. Langski got the corner position, but just letting Psychotic jump out with a cross-up like that.
Yeah, wasn't ready for the aerial approach. Was hoping to keep playing this ground game. My goodness, letting it rip. Activating. Yeah, Psychotic really willing to take the throw in a lot of these situations. No, but was a little late. So you mentioned some of these gaps that exist in these block strings, but they are still relatively tight. It's barely a 5-frame gap. So if you jump late, you will get caught.
Yeah, and almost certainly that's what we saw there. Not counter hit or nothing. Oh my goodness!
Oh, that is
whiff.
that is BS. Like, I have nothing else to say that whiffed. I think it was the 7-frame startup that killed him, unfortunately, but right now this activation into V-Trigger 1 into the jump low will get Psychotic a lot of corner carry, a lot of damage, and a good amount of stun. That being said, V-Trigger 1 is over. I can't believe it. There's so much hit stun that the throw whiffed. But who cares? Psychotic is going to take this round.
Take this game here, and we were talking about that last round looking so good for Langski in the start there, but one activation later, Langski finds himself in the other corner, and then 2 situations from there, he's dead.
Yeah, that empty jump low after that knockdown is very scary because Juri can get so much damage off of that crouching light kick that really you're raw guessing between 2 really crappy options.
All right. Langski answering my unasked question, wondering whether or not he was going to stick with V-Trigger 2 or head back to Big Perp. Instead, sticking through it here.
Yeah, I see no reason to really change it out at this point. It's not like the V-Trigger was losing the round for him. There was a lot of lack of answers to Psychotic's pressure. But right now, looking good in the corner. We'll get another juggle off this EX Psycho all, or the Psycho shot, excuse me.
Psychotic calling out the shimmy attempt there, though. Pressing crouch leg kick on their own wake up. Getting the activation. Oh my goodness! Almost punishing the fireball here. Last of the feng shui engine. Dripping off into the sunset.
That being said, Psychotic does not need to overextend at this point. Langski has to fight his way in. These dash-ins will do it.
Life situation mostly evened up here. Psychotic still a little bit in the lead. Langski surely looking to react to something!
There it is.
Oh my goodness.
Wasn't truly a reaction, just a premonition. With that, Langski gets the kill and the round. Ooh, just the Fuha. Clips him on the way in.
Oh, and this is going to be the big charge heavy punch, though. Spending an extra bar here. Really? It doesn't connect. Oh,
that's strange. It's going to be a lot of damage close to stun. This is almost worth it. Yeah, that'll be dead. Psychotic almost wishes that that last combo had stunned. At the very least, he would have had a chance to live. But Langski doing the damage, doing the dirty deed, taking the second game rather quickly too. Careful with those DPs.
Keep forgetting to update my scores here, but there we go. Got it going.
Mm-hmm.
Round 1.
Okay, yes, one apiece here.
Nice interruption on the dash in. Psychotic looking strong, even though taking a heavy thrashing in the last game. Keeping up that pressure. Not much Langski can do until he's pushed out of range. Has to fish for big hits with the standing heavy punch. Unfortunately, Psychotic able to get a lot of charge off of that, ready for the air-to-air. And look at that damage, meterless nonetheless.
Yeah, I gotta say, Psychotic
No
Chaos
punish.
really making the light Fuha work for them. The low fireball has baited Langski into the air approach many a time now and absolutely been ready for the punish Psychotic. Okay, here we go. Gotta take this pressure.
+3. Could be long, but instead goes for the cross-up that Psychotic just walks under. Yeah, you just want to hold that pressure. No V reversal, though. This might end up with a lot of damage. Oh, big drop. The Psycho Upper actually works, and he gets that extra damage because of the V trigger too, but that should be dead. But
No, not dead!
No, not quite enough.
No!
Psycho Upper! Into the V trigger 2 again.
Just like you said. And honestly, I have
talking-
a strong appreciation for some of these V-triggers that can enhance your EXDP into something bigger. It's really something when you're staring down the barrel of like a 100, you know, 160 damage reversal versus like a 250 to 300 damage reversal. Some characters just be like that in Trigger.
Yeah, absolutely. And considering that Ed's DP is somewhat lackluster, even compared to you know, Juri's, like having that extra damage just makes it a little bit more worth it. Oh, the first whiff goes into the second hit, the big counter hit. Will he get thrown? That's the stun, and that's it. Langski takes the set with a solid 2-0, or excuse me, solid 2-1 after losing the first game.
Yeah, definitely managed to stick to his opponent a little better there in games 2 and 3. Langski figured out how to put on the pressure, keep it on, and
Never let go.
just sit there until Psychotic stopped moving, basically, you know?